At school, Kodaka was always mistaken for a delinquent. Even when he was just reading in the library, other students were too scared to come near him. They assumed he would beat them up if they got too close. As usual, once class was over, Kodaka headed to the neighbor's club room. When he opened the door, he saw Sana wearing a bald wig. Kodaka quickly shut the door and said he had walked into the wrong room. Sana ran after him and asked what he thought of her new look. She seemed confused and asked why he did not laugh. She reminded him that the day before, they had talked about how making people laugh could help them make friends. That was why she wore the bald wig. According to the label at the toy store, the wig was supposed to make people laugh uncontrollably. Suddenly, Yozora walked in wearing a wig and dressed up like Sana. She said Sana had never managed to make anyone laugh. Kodaka was puzzled by Yozora's appearance. Yozora said she was dressed as a ridiculous creature from Earth and asked if it was enough to make him laugh. Kodaka just stayed silent. Then Yozora wrote the word meat on her forehead and mocked Sana's voice, saying she was a rich and beautiful girl. Sana said that was not how she talked, and she did not understand what about her was supposed to be funny. Instead of being amusing, it was actually pretty irritating. Yozora replied that seeing Sana irritated like that made her feel happy. Kodaka asked if Yozora was not embarrassed to look like that. Yozora and Sana both turned to look in the mirror. Kodaka commented that a real comedian would never rely on something that lame. Yozora then challenged him to show what a real comedy act looked like. According to Kodaka, a true comedian came up with original stories, so he started telling one called I Am Scared of Manju Cakes. Unfortunately, once he finished, everyone just called the story boring. Rika joined them in the club room and said that funny people could easily become popular. As usual, Yukimura served tea, hoping to hear a funny story from Kodaka. But Sana and Yozora both advised her not to expect too much. Kodaka insisted his story was still better than Sana and Yozora's wig stunt. Yozora mentioned hearing about a hairstyle that was trending lately, the teased look where hair is combed upwards and then decorated. Sana got interested right away. Rika added that according to the internet, that style gave off a European noble vibe or something along those lines. Sana thought it would probably suit her well. Rika even said that there were people so grand they shaped their hair into bird nests so birds could live in them, or even molded their hair into love letters. Sana was surprised and asked if that kind of thing only happened in the samurai era. Rika explained that it was just a way of expressing oneself, similar in concept to how samurai helmets were made. Yukimura asked if that meant T's hair was like a samurai helmet, something that showed identity if their head got cut off, so they would be respected, honored, and remembered like true samurai. Kodaka did not think it worked that way. Sana started feeling something was off and Yozora seemed to agree. She said it would be hard for a group of people to style their hair that way, so it would be pointless for commoners to try it. According to Yozora, regular people would just stick to basic hairstyles used by lower social classes. She said she hoped to see the T's style in person someday. Rika said it was extremely rare to find someone who was born with a natural noble aura and a personality charming enough to pull off the T's look. Kodaka realized that Yozora and Rika were clearly trying to bait Sana, and it worked. Sana took the bait. She insisted that such a person did exist, and that she was the only one who truly pulled off a hairstyle like that. Yozora told her not to force it, especially since T's hair was notoriously hard to work with. Sana said she was not trying to force anything. She believed that no matter how complicated the hairstyle might be, nothing could outshine her divine aura. Kodaka could not understand why that particular fish always bit the bait so easily. Yozora said that if Sana really was forcing things, then she and Rika would immediately start backcombing her hair. Sana got ready to have her hairstyle changed by Yozora and Rika. Before they started, she asked them not to do anything weird. Yozora began brushing Sana's hair. Sana admitted that it felt kind of nice having another girl brush her hair. Rika commented that Sana's hair was smooth and soft and even the ends were not split. Just for that day, Yozora complimented Sana's hair. Sana responded by saying that Yozora's hair was beautiful too, and she added that Rika's hair was shiny and also pretty. Yozora then asked if Sana had any requests before they started teasing her hair. Sana asked for a hairstyle that popular girls would wear. Yozora started thinking about what was trendy and said, summer. Rika suggested adding elements that represented what people liked the most during summer, like incorporating beach waves with curly hair. Yozora agreed and even wanted to add a swirling water accent using rolled sausages. Rika wanted to give it a summer storm vibe by adding a few waves to the overall look. Rika then asked Sana what she thought about the idea, and Sana said it was not bad. Yozora suggested making a hill with a beach on top of it. Things got even more ridiculous when Rika proposed replacing the hair ribbons with a bikini, and Yozora went further by wanting to add watermelon and fireworks. Sana was shocked when she realized they seriously wanted to include a watermelon, a bikini, and even yakisoba in her hair. She started to panic, but Yozora and Rika told her to stay still. Yukimura quickly went to get the watermelon, the bikini, and the yakisoba. At that point, Sana turned to Kodaka for help, but he completely ignored her. Meanwhile, Maria was outside playing in the yard. When someone called out to her, she immediately started doing her assigned task of mowing the grass. When she looked up, she saw that it was Yukimura approaching. Yukimura asked what Maria was doing. Maria said she was cleaning the yard as a punishment for slacking off earlier. Yukimura was there because Sana had asked her to get something. Maria assumed it was probably something related to summer. She handed over a few bugs she had managed to catch. Back in the club room, Yozora and Rika finally finished creating a new hairstyle for Sana. Yozora called her the fiercely backcombed Storm Queen, the most popular girl in A Midsummer Night's Dream. The hairstyle was so outrageous that it even felt heavy on her head. Kodaka thought the two of them were being way too cruel. Yozora and Rika insisted that the hairstyle looked great and made Sana seem elegant. Sana asked if it really suited her. Yukimura said it definitely did. It was not only elegant, but also deeply moving. Yozora even admitted to feeling jealous and said she should have backcombed it herself before cutting her own hair. Sana then asked Kodaka what he thought. Kodaka told her the hairstyle really suited her. The next day, Sana told Kodaka that her father had been furious with her and ended up spanking her before undoing the hairstyle. Later on, when they were in the club room, Rika and Yozora apologized to Sana for going too far. Sana was still upset and stormed off. Yozora felt like the club activities were not going very well. While at the library, Kodaka received a message from Sana asking why he was not in the club room. Kodaka replied and told her that he was studying for the exams. Sana told Kodaka to head to the club room right away because only she and Yukimura were there. Just as Kodaka was about to go, Sana said he did not need to come after all, since Kobato had already arrived. Not long after, Kobato called him and asked for help. Sana could be heard chasing Kobato around. The commotion was loud enough that people nearby started to think it was a kidnapping. That night, while Kodaka was studying, Sana messaged him to ask whether he was confident about the upcoming exam. She then invited him to come study at her house. Kodaka agreed, especially since Sana had the highest grades in their year. The next day, he told Kobato that he would be going to Sana's house that afternoon to study for the exams and asked if she wanted to come along. Kobato was shocked and told him not to worry about her. She said Sana was scary. When Kodaka arrived at Sana's house, he was surprised to see her father, Pegasus, already waiting for him at the gate. Sana came out to greet him and Pegasus politely let them go study. Sana then asked if her father had finished talking to him. Apparently, Pegasus asked about Kodaka every day, which made Sana think her father wanted to have a proper conversation with him. Pegasus claimed he was simply doing his duty by keeping an eye on Kodaka. Kodaka, however, could not understand the way Pegasus thought. Sana brought Kodaka to her room to study. As soon as they got there, Kodaka was shocked to see the ceiling completely covered with photos of Yozora's face. Sana had secretly taken all the photos herself using a digital camera while Yozora was off guard. Kodaka thought she looked like a creepy stalker and asked why she would do something like that. Sana even showed him the wig Yozora had worn back then. She said that when someone holds a grudge, they have to endure it. Kodaka suddenly remembered a story about someone who slept on a tree branch or licked a gallbladder every day, just to keep their anger alive until they could get revenge. Sana said maybe she was kind of like that. She admitted to staring at Yozora's photo every night, smelling the wig she had worn and remembering what Yozora did to her to fuel her drive for revenge. Sana made it clear that she would definitely get back at her. Kodaka had not expected Sana to be this intense. She was far scarier than he had imagined. While they were studying, Kodaka accidentally glanced at Sana's chest. He asked her how to answer one of the questions, but he could not concentrate because of the distraction. Sana called him stupid for not being able to solve it, which made him decide to try answering it on his own. Not long after, Stella came in and brought them some snacks. She greeted Kodaka, asked how things were going, and then handed him a condom. Kodaka was stunned. After Stella left the room, Sana asked what she had given him. Kodaka did not say, and Sana tried to snatch it from him. In the process, he accidentally caught a glimpse of her cleavage, which Sana immediately noticed and was not happy about. Sana admitted that she felt too lazy to continue studying and ended up asking Kodaka to hang out instead. She invited him to play Iron Necromancer, a game she had just bought. She knew that Kobato really liked the anime version, and although she had already purchased the full set of Blu-ray discs, she had not watched them yet. She planned to watch it together with Kobato. Kodaka felt relieved that Kobato had not come along to Sana's house. Sana managed to win the game easily. In fact, that was her 10th consecutive win. Kodaka was surprised considering she did not know how to play at all when they first started. Sana said she was good at everything. Time passed quickly, and before they realized it, the day was already turning into evening, yet they had not studied at all. Just as Kodaka was about to head home, Sela appeared and said that dinner was ready. Sana then invited him to join them for dinner. After dinner, Kodaka got up to say goodbye, but Pegasus asked him to spend the night. Kodaka could not bring himself to refuse. He quickly sent a message to Kobato, telling her to either heat up one of the frozen meals in the fridge or make instant noodles for dinner. At that moment, Kobato was happily singing to herself. After eating, Kodaka decided to take a bath. Not long after, Pegasus showed up, saying that he wanted to scrub Kodaka's back. Kodaka politely declined, saying there was no need, but Pegasus insisted that he should not be shy. Pegasus shared that back when Hayato was still around, he used to take the initiative to lather up the soap and sit behind him. As he scrubbed Kodaka's back, Pegasus asked how it felt. Kodaka said it felt just right. That moment reminded Pegasus of the first time he and Hayato been together. Pegasus then brought up the fact that Sana had come home from school the day before with fried squid and yakisoba in her hair. He asked if Sana was often picked on at school. Sana had told him that hairstyle suited her best, and in the end, Pegasus had given her a punishment. Pegasus also noticed that such a hairstyle did not exist, which confused him, especially since Sana usually held herself with pride. He started to worry, but Sana told him she had done it by her own choice. Kodaka asked whether Pegasus had seen the state of Sana's room recently. It turned out that Sana had not allowed Pegasus near her room since she started high school, and he thought that was normal. Kodaka wanted to say that it seemed like Sana was turning into a pervy stalker-type girl, but he knew he could never say something like that out loud. Instead, he told Pegasus that Sana had never been bullied by her classmates. Kodaka also promised that he would protect Sana if anyone ever tried to mess with her. Pegasus said he would entrust Sana to Kodaka, though it felt like there was a deeper meaning behind his words. At that moment, Kodaka still did not realize he was already caught in a situation he would not be able to walk away from. That night, before falling asleep, Sana, as usual, imagined Yozora's face while kissing Yozora's wig as a way to fuel her feelings of revenge.